I'm going to show you guys how to SSH into a remote Docker container, and I'm going to show you how to access it on VS Code. This is to make sure they can have multiple instances of Nginx, and you can host many of them on different ports. So first go into your portainer, and to make a name for it, we'll call it Nginx test, and we'll go down to show advanced settings. We'll change this to, you can change this to whatever you want really. It's the port where you can access it from. So I'm going to do 8084, and then for here I'm going to do 4434, and then you need one more port for 22. This is the SSH port where all the SSH data goes down. So I'm going to call this port 224, and then you need to remember this line, as this is where the data for our HTML on the Nginx server is stored. So once that's done, we can deploy the container. Once it's deployed, you can see it says it's successful up there. I'm going to just copy this, and we'll just go into HTTP, your host name, and then the port 8084, and you can see that it's working, as it's showing you the welcome message. From here, you'll need to go into your terminal and find the Docker ID. To do this, you'll do docker ps. Then from here, we can see the Nginx. You probably can't see it, but it says Nginx text here, so I'm going to copy this. And from here, I'm going to do, let's clear this and do docker exec it.id and /bin/bash. This is how you get access to the Docker container. From here, you want to install all the dependencies. I'm going to update the Docker container first, install nano, and then install OpenSSH. But before I do that, I'm going to change the root password. To do this, you do pass pw and then root. So it was wd root, and then just set this to whatever you want. But once that's done, we can install the dependencies. So first we'll do apt update, and we can do apt install nano to edit our configuration files for SSH, and we'll install this server to install OpenSSH-server-yes just confirms everything and makes it faster. So while that's doing that, it might take a few seconds. Then that's installed. Now once that's done, we can check if it was installed correctly by doing service status-all. We can see everything. We can see Nginx is up, and we can see SSH is here. We can see that it's currently offline. First, we need to alter some of the configuration files before we can do anything else. So the configuration files are stored in nano-etc-ssh-sshd config, and from here we want to go down to permit root login and copy the same thing, permit root login, and then change that to yes, and then we'll save that. And then from here we can start the SSH server. So we'll do service.sh it was SSH service SSH start, and then now we can start it, and now we can check if it has been started. It has been started successfully. Now that's done, before I do that, I'm going to show you where the files are stored. The Nginx files are stored. So you go cd dash, I forgot, wait, it's going to be in, well, the user share Nginx HTML. So user share Nginx HTML, and then we can do ls, we can do index nano index.html, and we can change this to test123. And once done that, we can go back into here and check if it updated. Nice. So now we can try SSH into the server. So we can exit out of the Docker container, and then we can do SSH root at localhost, then P for port, and then the SSH port we did at the start. So mine was 22.4, and then we do yes, and then write the password. We reset it at the start, and now we're in. We SSH through the terminal. So once we're in here, we can obviously do work, but we want to do it from VS Code and deploy it like that. So first of all, you want to go into Remote Explorer. If you don't have it downloaded already, you'll do plus on the SSH and do the same thing, SSH root at zshan-host, or the name of your server .local, and then the port was 224, and then save into the config file. Then once you've done that, you can press the button here and it'll open a new VS Code window, and from here it will install all the dependencies for that server. And then continue, write the password. Then it's going to set some stuff up, and you can see it in the console. So we can do cd /user/share/nginx/html. You can see that we can open the folder, and we can do the same thing here. I'm just going to copy it, paste into there, press OK, then let that load, add the password again, and then here we have access to it. So we can add another BR. So this is edited from VS Code, and now that's saved. I think it was asking me for my password again, but I pressed escape. So we can go back into here and refresh, and there you go. If you want a tutorial on how you can use, what's it called, Cloudflare, and post your websites to the actual internet. So for example, here I have a server here, and it's on the internet with SSH, everything secured. If you want that tutorial, how to host multiple, so we can have Congolian 1, Congolian 2, go to each respective server. So you can see I have multiple here already, one on port 83 and then one on 84, and then I've got a few on some other ports. If you want a tutorial on that, just let me know. Thank you.